I'm sorry, my webcam shut off, but I'll go back to where I had left off. I left off at clinical rotations consisting of 4 weeks, and the first block being emergency medical technician uh, training, followed by block two, which is composed of anatomy and physiology, as well as physical exams. Block three is clinical medicine, which is broken into clinical A, which is diseases. Clinical B is physical exams, vision and dental exams. And then block four is trauma training. Block five is trauma training. And block six is trauma training. Clinical rotations are conducted at major teaching hospitals in Virginia, Florida, and Michigan. What students learn during the rotations will help prepare them to face the trials on the battlefield, confident in the skills they possess. Special operations combat medic training has been described as like drinking water from a fire hose. Imagine, if you will, two semester long anatomy and physiology courses crammed into 6 weeks, and then most days being 10-hour days for almost 10 months. That's a lot of training. Prerequisites to attend this course. Not everybody is able to attend this course, but the basic prerequisites are that you must be an enlisted volunteer in the ranks of E1 through E7. So in Army speak, that would be from a private to a sergeant first class. They must have completed the Adult Basic Education Test, TABE test, within 6 months of the start date. Pass the U.S. Army Physical Fitness Test with a minimum score of 60 points in each event. 300 is the maximum amount of points. So there's three parts to it, so 180 points minimum. They must be designated or hold an assignment in a special operations medical position. In closing, the finest training in the world does not make the warrior. It simply enhances what already is there, and that is a strong and valiant heart. These SOCOM medics can't be mass produced. The training they receive, coupled with years of experience, hardens the warrior spirit, making them a lethal weapon and force multiplier. Many of these medics will be assigned to U.S. Army Rangers, U.S. Army Civil Affairs, U.S. Army Special Operations Aviation, U.S. Navy SEALs, U.S. Navy SWCC, and U.S. Marine Corps Force Recon, and perhaps even U.S. Air Force Special Tactics teams. In conclusion, we've discussed the SOCOM medic, different facets of their training, their prerequisites, and their units of assignment. The result of this training is one of the finest medically trained, tactically proficient trauma care medics in the world. It is my hope that you've gained a better understanding of how and why they train to keep our men and women in uniform safe. Why should you become a SOCOM medic? As our men and women in uniform put themselves in harm's way, should they become wounded, they deserve the highest standard of care from point of injury to recovery. Do you have what it takes? If you have a strong and valiant heart and the will to excel, test yourself.